All right. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Great American Experience, otherwise known as the game. I'm the Wizard of Oz, and this is not my show. I'm just a guy standing behind the curtain pushing the buttons. So let's let the links propagate, see who comes in, and how tonight's show's going to go. I know I'm an hour late, but sun is staying up longer, and so am I. All right. Here we go. Let's get the invite out to the boards. Make sure the other channels are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And let's see who joins. Let's start up a little. All right. Let's see here. We got that. Go there. Tucson. All right. Nope, not that one. This is a good one. In our problem, government is the problem. Stars and stripes. A revolution needs a war, and this war needs a revolutionary fight for your rights. The Constitution speaks a speech that's free. Open your mouth from sea to shining sea. So will the real Americans please stand up? All right, your face in the sand. Will the real fighting with power, but united we'll stand. Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers. Senate rights. When politicians take from you and me the very liberties that set us free. Up and fight for this democracy is you and me. We're the resounding saddle up. Let's ride the real Americans. Please stand up. All right. Will the real Americans please stand up? Divided with power, but united we'll stand up, stand strong, stand tall. We'll keep these walls from falling. Stand up, stand strong, stand tall. We'll keep these walls from falling. Our natural unalienable rights are now considered to be a sensation of government. And freedom has never been so fragile, so close to slipping from our grasp as it is at this moment. What is exactly unclear? Politicians with our lives telling you and me which way we should steer. I think it's time we stop. What's that sound? Everybody look at what's going. Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look at what's going. Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look at what's going. Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look at what's going. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. So what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
What's happening?
that a Hatebreed shirt? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything.
You know.
What bastard? Haters
I'll
gonna
tell
hate.
you what, it was so nice to go outside in shorts.
Oh, I know, right, dude?
Oh
It
yeah.
finally got to you.
Oh yeah. It was 64 degrees today.
Well, get ready. That wind is coming your way. It's gonna blow right up in
Oh,
your man.
oh, it's been windy all day. We had winds up to 30 miles an hour today.
Yeah, we've had 20 to 30 all day and clouds.
Yeah.
So it's
We're
gonna,
supposed to get thunderstorms early tomorrow morning.
yeah, it's gonna start tonight for us.
Yeah. I heard two tornadoes touch down in Houston or something like that.
I got it all rode up and shit though, all hoed up and rode up,
There you go.
and it's all tilled in and rode up. And now when it
Nice.
rains, it'll settle. I will go get mulch after it's done raining.
Right.
Mulch it all
Okay,
in.
so I've got a question on one of my little seedlings. Take us into the care room slash bedroom.
Oh yeah, there you go.
um,
You do with it, the better off it'll be.
what was the top?
Huh?
What was that?
Once it gets an inch or two tall, you're gonna want to get it out of that cup.
Yeah, and that's where I'm thinking maybe that one's a little too tall.
Yeah, you need to get it out of that cup.
Okay.
You also need
How
to
about
get the
that
lights
one?
down closer to them. You need to get the lights down closer to them.
Okay.
That's one of the problems you got. I can see right now. Those lights
Okay.
should be only inches above the starters.
Gotcha. Okay. So basically they're reaching for the light then.
Yes. Yes, that's problem one.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm gonna have some initial stretching, but that'll be fine.
You need to get them into deeper pots. And
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow,
yeah, I was going to say, you really need to do that as soon as possible. Yeah.
and I'll actually bury that one that's sticking way out. I'll stick that stem a little further into the ground too for some support.
Uh, oh, good Lord. I tell you what, I went to bed last night. I was feeling horrible, dude. I was feeling really bad.
Oh yeah.
And turns out I probably exposed myself to some bad mycelia.
Uh
Um,
oh.
well, I'm just saying, I was digging the mulch. We
Right.
have a mulch pile out here, and I was digging in it and, putting it into the garden and all that stuff like I need to.
Hmm.
And in the mulch pile, it's been there for about a year, 2 year and a half or so. So
Yeah. We're gonna
there's
get
some
some
like
fungus
that.
in there.
There's some mycelia patches in there, and
Yeah.
I guess it got in my nose and started colonizing in my nose and messing with
Oh
me.
no. Oh, Jeff.
You know what though? You know what took it out
What's up?
within hours? Colloidal silver in the
Really?
nostril. Colloidal silver in the nostrils, snorting it up until I got it, made me cough,
Oh,
and then turn around and within hours it stopped hurting. My tooth was feeling fine again, and everything's jamming.
nice. What's
Yeah.
up, Lisa? I see you in chat.
So colloidal silver even works with fungi.
Nice.
Yep.
That's good to know.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They would be like, "Oh, it's just a sinus infection. You just have to ride it out." Fuck all that shit, man.
Right.
Douse it with some colloidal silver. Snort up the colloidal silver in your nose, and I did it twice today. And you know what? I'm not even hurting. But last night I was hurting like a bitch, man.
Oh man.
It was bad, and I was like, you know what? I just went to bed early, and
Right.
I mean, dude, that was rough. I was feeling really bad. And then this
Well, I'm
morning,
glad you feel better.
I did the silver first thing. I got up like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
'Cause I went to bed at 8.
Fire in that bowl.
Oh, fire in the motherfucking bowl.
But you know what? It's so cool that the colloidal silver just fucking does all that shit.
Right?
I was like, it also gets rid of foot fungus.
Okay. Well, how's it look at my foot? Yeah.
And you know how I mean, I do it myself because I had gotten some some stuff on my foot some time ago, and I used
Right.
Lanolin and all that shit. You know that they say cures that stuff. The best it did was
Your herpes.
I have no experience with that, brother. You're on your own. You're on your own with that one. Oh,
Well, you find somebody who's got it first. Damn.
that's some fucked up shit, dude.
Right? Oh, man.
I know it kills virus, it kills bacterial and fungal infections. That's what I know from experience.
Okay. That's cool.
But yeah, no, we got I got a few of those plants started. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
I got
That's
some
what's up.
Michigan. I got some Michigan glue, original Michigan.
Yeah.
The OMG.
That OMG.
Yes. All right, that's going. Those are going well. I got a couple sour diesel and a couple MK Ultra.
Oh, the MK Ultra is nice.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
I've had that before.
A baby and a couple of them, man. That's the one I sent you a picture of. Is already.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting there. It's reaching for it.
Right. This rain should make them all pop, though. Yeah.
Right. See, I would be afraid to have mine out where in those cups the way they are out in that wind.
Yeah, that would be problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may be in your neighbor's yard tomorrow.
Right.
What's all with these cups going on? They got a little sticking out. Well, just don't throw them. I'll be right over.
Hunter.
So is that your liquefied possum?
Liquefied possum?
I think that's what it is. He's drinking liquefied possum.
It's the blood of his enemies.
Right, the blood of the possum.
Hey, batteries! There's an O in possum, right?
Carpenter Patriot, what's up, buddy? Come up and join us.
Well,
I need somebody to make me look smart. Come on up.
What up, Lisa?
I start every one of these shows. I started out with "Welcome to the Game," the Great American Experience, and this is not my show. I'm the Wizard of Oz, and I'm just a guy.
I have my headphones on. Can you hear me?
Yep.
You're just fine.
But I just drank some beers. I just got done cooking for the crew and fed them, so I'm chilling right now.
Yeah. There you go.
So what obscurity were you just pointing out?
First time
Awesome. What were you just talking about there, battery?
This is going to be my next battery. It's going to be around 25 to 30 amp.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking enough power. Dude, I'm talking kiloamps, and you're just like 20 and 30.
Cool.
Ain't gonna run a fridge, man. I need to run a fridge.
I'm streaming, dude. I'm streaming.
You're streaming.
Oh.
I'm
And
screaming. I'm talking to people. Me?
oh, you're talking to
Yeah.
somebody else. Okay, you're talking
You
to
were
me.
trying to talk. You're whatever.
So, but anyway, no. So I got that going. It's going to be raining for the next on and off for the next 4 days. So I get
I'll make sure
outside.
I'm not well. Yeah.
So,
Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, electric quote and we got the dude's head popped up. If you can't make something at the kitchen table, oh, you can't.
all right. So, so did you do anything with a garden or anything outside or anything yet?
What, me?
Yeah, I thought you were going to get your.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. It's still way too wet out right now to do any tilling. It'd be just a mud pit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been jamming though. It dried up so much we were getting dust storm when the winds picked up. It was blowing dust out, tornadoes up the road.
Where I'm at, the lawn is kind of in a valley, so everything kind of sinks in. So yeah, it's probably gonna be another week before I can get the tiller out and even think about doing it.
Yeah, I know, Carpenter. I was looking at that. I don't have one yet. I probably will get one, but you know what? When I get one, it's going to be one of those like reefer units, and I'm going to put it on a big room or a container buried in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then, right. And then when the fridge, it'd be under the kitchen, right? And then I'm going to run pipes up to the boxes, which will be our fridge and our freezer in the kitchen. And they'll have fans, little 12-volt fans that run on thermostats.
They force it up. There you go.
Right. So I run one refrigeration unit to run the deep freeze room, and that provides the cold air for the freezer and the fridge in the upstairs kitchen, in the main floor kitchen. Ta-da! Done. And I have a freezer all done on one refrigeration unit.
That'd be perfect.
I can run it off of hydrogen.
To run that off of hydrogen, would you just basically repurpose the propane cooling system from an RV sort of deal?
What's that?
Well, you know how your refrigeration on some RVs run on propane?
Yep, that's exactly what he's talking about. Yeah.
Same concept?
Same thing. Yep.
Okay.
Because those fridge units off of a tractor trailer, they run off of propane.
Okay. So you could just use hydrogen for the propane.
Is it going to be pressurized hydrogen?
Only 14 psi. It's always regulated to around 14 psi for usage.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's safe parameters.
And I can run 60 to 80 psi on the tanks. So with an ongoing setup, it's not going to run that much because I'm going to have that some bitch buried in the ground. It's not going to, once it gets cooled down, it ain't going to hardly run at all.
Right.
You know, after I put the container in the ground, then I'm gonna cover it with I'm gonna encase it inside of foamcrete. I'm gonna create foamcrete, and that stuff's the temperature.
You're using the earth as an insulator.
Correct. Yep. Correct. And I'm gonna be putting that foamcrete around it, which is kind of like soapstone.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like soapstone. So I encase that box inside that soapstone, inside that foamcrete. Yeah, it ain't never gonna lose temperature, dude. It'll be except for when I run the fridge. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time it might.
We got a product here called Aircrete, and it's got styrofoam in it. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Foamcrete is it's shampoo. Shampoo bubbles. We make the foam with the shampoo. The cheap dollar foam Suave oily hair shampoo. And you put it through a foaming gun and add it to the concrete, mix it in, and you end up with Foamcrete. And it's really light and it's not very structural, but it is very, very. Huh?
I think I've seen somebody do that on YouTube.
Yeah, Honeydew Carpenter does that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
What's up, Zoom?
I forgot I was subscribed to Honeydew Carpenter.
Hey, Carpenter, you don't even have to get just a special LP stove. You can get a natural gas stove and hook it up to a propane tank and you're jamming. You got to buy an adapter for it. That's it. Right.
Is there?
I got an uncle on the countryside. He's got a propane truck. He's got this huge propane tank in the back of his truck.
Really?
Okay.
He converted it to propane. Said it was pretty easy. Didn't have to change much.
If it was a diesel engine, all you had to do is change the fuel line.
I believe it was a gas engine one time.
Well, then you get rid of the ignition system and run a gas valve at the carburetor area. That's it. Air mixture is all you need.
Is it true that
you change out the spark plugs to a glow plug system, and you're on a diesel engine. Every engine's rated at top dead center.
He was able to do this, and he's dumb as a fence post.
Say what?
He was able to figure this out, and he's dumb as a fence post.
Okay. Right.
It's supposed to be pretty fun. Is there really a modification for diesel trucks that you can burn wood for your fuel?
That's what I know.
There is a way to do that. Yeah, there is a way to do that. It's called glycation.
Okay.
And it's basically creating charcoal.
Diesel for burning wood.
What were you saying, Woody? I'm sorry.
You're burning. You have an enclosure where that heats up and bakes the wood. Now, the fumes that come off of it as it's baking are then collected and refined and run into the engine.
Okay.
So it's called.
I seen a guy run his generator from the fumes of burning wood.
Mr. Thessalonian does. He converts a pickup truck for it, and he builds the unit on the pickup truck. Mr.
That's kind of cool.
He's on YouTube, and he's got some cool shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, we're watching the same channels.
Well, I've seen Mr. Thessalonian like 5 years ago when he first started listing shit. I was like, dude, he's like doing the same shit we're doing. Okay, let's go watch this. So what is he doing now? And some of the videos he did aren't up anymore. Like he did a gasification stove where he was doing the charcoal and refining the gases coming off of it into oils and stuff like that. Yeah. He did heavy crude, light crude, a white gas, and
gas,
right?
Oh wow.
Okay. And that was all refined off of the same fuels, just a matter of refinement processing at the different stages of processing. Now, after he got done with that, he even did some more stuff, taking the heavy crude and cracking it through some reactor chamber that's in the fire that he's still doing, the cooking the comes out and gives him the gas to run a refrigerator, one of those LP refrigerators.
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right. And he's running a generator on the other side as long as he keeps that fire going in the main chamber.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
My father had a.
And He's got hot
gas
water tubes in the top of that in a cone on top of the fire, heating up the hot water as it's cooking the.
Oh, nice.
So he's like, yeah,
My,
he's
fa-
got it
my
all.
father, my father had a Coleman gas stove, and he was always buying that white gas.
Yeah,
And he smelled it. He's like, it smells just like regular gas. So he bought some unleaded, put it in there, and it ran just fine.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no difference.
Stuff of unleaded. Yeah.
Oh,
And he was buying the white gas for $4 a gallon, and the regular gas was only $1.
and it burns just as bright and just as clean.
Yeah,
Huh.
identical.
Right. That's what
It
Aaron's
had to be
doing.
unleaded. The leaded gasoline didn't work the same.
No, leaded gasoline was different. Yeah, it's got lead in it.
Man, I don't even know where you can get leaded gasoline. Isn't that what they use for like planes and stuff?
I have a Whisper Light stove.
Actually, they run kerosene. It's a high grade
Oh.
kerosene for jet engines.
Oh, okay. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
I have a Whisper Light stove. It's a pack stove, and it's a multi-fuel. And I was
Oh.
using jet fuel in it. JP8.
Oh, wow.
This motherfucker runs on fire in the bowl. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
.com.
Yeah, buddy.
I talked to Carl's Jr. today. I was craving the biscuits and gravy, and he said
Dude,
we don't
you
have breakfast all day anymore. Okay, I'm gone. I actually walked out of Carl Jr. without time anymore. It's the first time.
See,
It's
we don't have Carl
processed
G.
shit.
Gardens.
It's pre-processed shit.
Good.
It smells
Yeah,
bad.
that is.
Man, I tell you what, I am getting to be such an advocate of buying local. I mean, local. You know,
Mhm.
go out and find yourself a rancher and get a cow from him. You know what I'm saying? Buy a
Right.
pig from him. You know, go out to the farm and buy eggs from them. You know, screw the grocery store chain shit. Everybody's got a fruit stand around them that may or may not do local produce, but it's damn fresh off the farm produce.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? May
We don't
not
have
be
any
local.
post on us, but
Well, you live in Portland. It's your fault.
we have one about 10 minutes away. 10, 15 minutes.
Well,
Grocery
you know
store.
what?
Minutes.
It really weirds me out when you start complaining about shit like you don't expect it to be fucked up. You live in Portland, buddy.
Yeah.
The only thing you got going for you is you can smoke all the weed you want, and you don't smoke weed. So, bleh.
Right.
I know, right?
Tis, tis.
That's just weird.
Just the occasional peyote.
You don't do occasional peyote.
No one does the occasional
Hey.
peyote.
I
don't
had
do
some one night on live. I had some one night on our live stream, and I disappeared.
Did you get banned? One night you got banned.
Did you even notice?
I probably did. It's probably why I banned your ass.
I didn't do anything on the stream.
You
I
know,
just left.
I don't know.
Peyote is not something you should take and then get on a live stream with.
No.
I'm trying to
Mushrooms, maybe.
I'm trying to make Apex get a laptop or a computer together so he could be an admin with us.
I have the computer, It's already currently built. But it's sitting over at my neighbor's house. It's all set up over there. But I've got another one that I'm working on that's coming over here. So that's a plus.
I'm freezing up. I'm
Yeah,
got
you're,
stuff. Let me be right back.
you're good now.
Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Well, till next time.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
I was good to refresh.
Yeah, but you were saying
I'm going to try to turn this light up.
Yeah, I've got a computer that I'm working on bringing over here next. I've got one set up already for gaming, but for streaming, I'll bring one over here and set it up.
okay, and you can bring up the show if we don't. You know what I'm
Better.
saying?
Yeah,
That's solar power.
there you go.
That's good.
Hey,
Yeah, buddy.
what's up, brother?
What's up, commies?
I was beginning to worry
shit, I
about you,
forgot
Canoe.
to change that. Yeah, so
I didn't
Oh, he took himself down.
Yep.
All right, he'll be back in just a second. But anyway, yeah, and there you are.
there we go.
There we go.
Dude, I was completely out. I was hurting, and I just all that digging and rowing. I was hoeing all damn day. You know, but we got it.
Hey,
All but
there you go.
2
April.
rows.
What's going on?
Go ahead, start talking
fixed
again. I froze up. Yeah. Oh shit. I'll be right back.
What's going on, battery?
I realized that was spelled wrong, and I just didn't care.
See? Oh, I see.
I bought these from Wish, and these ones are excellent. I'm buying more of these. They were so
How long
easy.
did it take?
Huh?
How long did it
My-
take to ship to you?
I think 5 weeks.
What's
Just
up?
remember, everything that you buy on Wish supports communist China.
Yep. Spending money on that. Putting money in the communist pockets.
Not much.
I mean, you could probably find them on Amazon for about the same price.
There's a lot of
Oh,
shit on Amazon that's commie
I bought
made
the other
too.
ones on
Yeah,
Amazon.
that's true.
So well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't brag about buying shit on Wish.
Just realized I'm neglecting chat.
Oh,
You're
me
what?
too.
Yeah, the government
I've been
said
neglecting chat.
them beans ain't gonna hold themselves, bitch.
See you later, tow truck.
Have a good tow night. Oh, wait. Good night. Have a tow. Have a good night. Jeez. Have a
Right.
I
good
got a
tow.
mixed batch of seeds too.
Those beans ain't gonna hold themselves.
This is true.
I gotta check my plants. Did they come up yet?
Man, what's going on? I'm lagging out.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you're good on my end.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. Well, all 3 of your screens go circly on me, and I'm like, what? So I think I'm I don't know. Maybe it's just. Oh man, the new router and the new modem is supposed to be here Friday. So, I may not have these issues any longer.
There you go.
Right. So
Dang, that's some fast germination.
solution.
I got
So,
plants coming up already. I planted them 2 days ago.
I'm going to a total mobile unit for
Oh, cool.
app, and hopefully this thing it Don
need
says
my
he's got all the settings for me that I need. And yeah, I'm really anxious to see this thing work because it's got to be better than DSL for God's sakes.
Mhm.
Right?
I gotta plug this in. Before it,
But the coolest thing about this, man, if I go somewhere, like if I were to travel somewhere, I could take it
Right.
with me. You know,
Nice.
I could
There
take
you
it
go.
with me and set it up wherever I go.
Right. Fuck. That's when you know the weed's good. Fucking forgot what I was going to say.
You took it and forgot your name.
Yep, basically.
I was gonna say
Now,
something,
Doesn't
but then I
say
got high.
something.
mumble something and says, "Where am I?"
Right?
But you know what time it is, really?
Is
Hi.
it pie time already? I guess it is.
It's
time
corn
for
nuts
Doritos.
time.
It is corn nuts.
For Doritos.
Man, and here I am trying to lay off junk food.
Well, and I limit myself to junk food once a week. That's my thing.
There you go.
The same
Yeah, that's like me. My one thing is Taco Bell, and that's once a week.
pie is the answer because this is not junk food.
This
I
is
bet-
true.
To be honest with you, if you watch what you eat from Taco Bell, it's some of the stuff. It's not that bad for you.
Oh yeah,
Like if you go like they get like if you get like an all bean burrito, that's just
Yeah.
fiber. Put a little
Yeah.
bit of cheese on it and get some dairy in it, even a little bit of taco meat. It's not gonna fucking kill you.
right.
Right.
That's pretty damn tasty too. That was, especially if you get with black beans. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I had the black bean. But-
Black beans never agree with me. I like the
Oh.
regular pinto bean type shit.
I'm a big fan of Popeye's chicken. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Popeyes,
Oh, where?
I've
Popeye's
only had
5
it
minutes.
once.
Apex knows what Popeye's chicken is. They got them up there. Yeah, the shit, dude. Red beans and rice or the
Popeye's
dirty
chicken.
rice.
Oh my gosh.
Even the French
I-
fries, spice French fries, and their chicken is. I like the spicy chicken.
Yeah, that spicy is awesome.
I came
McDonald's
home-
is trying to compete with Popeye's chicken right now.
Oh,
I came home from
Like
work on
straight up,
Tuesday.
like it's a chicken sandwich that has pickles on it, and it's in a bag, literally just like Popeyes. There's a direct competition, and it's honestly worse, and you pay more. You can get a crispy chicken sandwich from Popeyes, $5, and
Yep.
to get this, it's like 6 and some change. I'm like, come on.
I, got home from work on Thursday and I was so hungry. I was craving Popeyes. Told my wife, she said, "Okay, go ahead and go get something at Popeyes." So I did. I got the spicy chicken and with a side of red beans and rice. Oh god.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The only time I ate Popeyes was I was waiting for a train in Detroit, and I had like a 3-hour layover at the Amtrak, and the only restaurant within walking distance of the train station was a Popeyes. So I went there and got just a couple chicken fingers. They were all right.
Popeyes is Cajun for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
I've had the real thing. And it's a lot spicier than Popeyes.
I've had the real thing too, and I'm like,
In fact, I make some
I ain't gonna run
spicy
down
jambalaya.
down to New Orleans every time I want chicken.
Oh man. There,
I make
up in
some.
Chicago, it's close to the Navy Pier, but there was a restaurant, it was a Cajun restaurant called Seven on Heaven. And they were known for like all their hot sauces that they would have and stuff.
Right.
Man, that place was awesome. I'm not sure if it's still there, but let me tell you, man, that was some real occasion right there.
We went to
Well,
a Chinese grocery, actually Oriental grocery, and right next door to the grocery store was a Cajun food restaurant.
Ooh.
And I saw the person in there taking the orders. She was Chinese.
Well, in Cleveland, the most popular, famous deli where you can go and get like a corned beef sandwich is in the middle of Cleveland's Little Asia neighborhood. It's like just, it's been there forever, and the Asians kind of like populated the area afterwards, and they just never, moved. They just stood there for like the last 50, 60 years. You get a corned beef. The corned beef sandwich, it's like this thick.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
They give you an extra slice of bread on the top so you can make a third piece of a sandwich. It's fucking huge. It's delicious.
Wow.
That's awesome.
The Chinese have something in common with the Cajuns. They love to crawfish.
Man,
They
that's
have them
something I want.
Well, occasionally
I wanna do
Popeye
a
serves
crawfish,
crawfish. They call them toolboxes.
I have never
And then
seen
they'll-
crawfish at Popeyes.
but they'll have crawfish and shrimp and fries and hush puppies in it.
Oh, I haven't had hush puppies in a long time. But
Like I said,
it's been 20 years.
Popeye's the bomb. Yeah, but you
Are
know
you
what?
talking about those metal stackable things?
No.
Huh?
What are you
Wizard?
talking
No, they're like donut holes.
Oh.
Hush puppy, it's just fried dough.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
know
they-
that. But I was talking about like never mind. I'm on something else.
about? Yeah, they have a lunch special they call the toolbox, and it's usually at Popeye,
Okay.
and it's got
Okay.
crawfish and shrimp and maybe even chicken and one. It's like a combo box,
Okay.
and it's
Right.
got
I
like
was
4 or
about to say
5
you
options.
mentioned
You get
the
3 or
tool for a
5
minute.
options.
Stuff on their menu.
You
They got,
mentioned the toolbox, and I was like, wait a minute. I've got this thing up here. It's 5 different compartments, and it's a steamer.
Oh no.
That's what I use for when I actually do a crawfish boil. I'll just drop that right down, the entire thing down the pan.
Right.
Or
Well, no,
the-
this is called the toolbox because you could put it together.
Try steaming them.
You could choose to have like 5 different things. There was like 3 or 4 different meat options, like chicken, shrimp, crawfish, or chicken. You know what I'm saying? Or something. Anyway, there's like 3, and then you had a couple sides like fries
Now,
and stuff. But you just
If you ever get down there, go ahead. Sorry. Thought you were done.
The face Wizard just made.
I am going to start just doing that little button on your ass. Right. No, man, you had like 3 different meat options and 3 different side options. You pick 2 and 1, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I remember doing that. They had crawfish. They've had crawfish in it. And yeah. I'm saying they're like giant shrimp. That's all there is.
Oh yeah. Man, that sounds amazing.
Oh, go ahead, Battery.
If you ever get down on Highway 10 in Louisiana, stop at Sulphur, Louisiana, and eat at Cajun Charlie's. Some
Cajun
good food.
Okay.
That's
Highway 10 and 8. What
I had
highway? You said Highway 10 and 8?
Huh?
Well, you said Highway 10 and
Cajun
what?
Charlie's. Sulphur, Louisiana.
Sulphur, Louisiana.
I was
Highway
driving.
10.
Yeah, I was driving through there on the way to Mississippi, and I saw signs on the highway, like the Burma Shave signs,
Mhm.
for Charlie's. And I was like,
Right.
Buffet? Okay, I'm game. I went in there
It
and
was
I
a
paid
buffet.
$12 for the buffet. And they had 3 different types of chicken. They had barbecue, they had blackened chicken and fried chicken. They had didn't have crawfish, it was out of season. So they had shrimp and they had frog legs.
And I guarantee you
like
that gator there too.
Legs.
That gator
gator
too.
tail.
Yep.
Yep. Had tail. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried everything. The gator tail tastes a little gamey, kind of like whitefish.
Mhm.
It's more like pork. No, it's not gamey. It's pork. It tastes like pork cross between pork and fish somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
All 3 chickens were awesome. And then I tried the frog legs, and oh boy, no
Oh my
more
God,
anything
yeah.
else. I just ate a whole plate of frog legs. Oh,
Oh man, I was frog legs are amazing.
Like I said, when I put in a pond, I want to populate them with Louisiana bullfrogs.
Oh, the big boys.
Right. Because they'll grow up here, they'll survive up here, and they'll do well
Are-
up here.
not invasive?
Nice.
Are they
I
not?
just need a 5-gallon bucket full of minnows of Louisiana frogs.
You know.
They're not invasive at all? They probably might take over the local population.
That's okay. They can take over the stupid ass free tree frogs we got around here. They're unedible.
Fuck them tree frogs.
Oh, I love frog legs so damn straight. I want some straight up Louisiana bullfrogs.
That is my.
That's no.
It's probably my favorite Cajun food. It's frog legs.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Dude,
looks like-
that
That
was
sandwich?
awesome.
That how much? Is that?
Corned beef?
Like $20.
Honestly, I haven't been there in forever. I couldn't tell you.
It's got to be like $25 for a fucking sandwich.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
I had the
I don't
sandwich
go
at
onto that side of town anymore.
I had the sandwich at the Dallas airport. It had
like there's at least-
it had marbled rye on it, the bread,
Mhm.
and it had pastrami and the great. Now I lost the name of the meat. You just showed corned beef
Corned beef.
and I think Swiss or provolone cheese. I'm not sure which one.
Nah,
Oh
dude.
man, that sandwich was just out of this world.
You got to know that the most amazing fucking sandwich I've ever had was a place out in California named Dad's Deli. It was on the backside of Monterey. And they delivered to our shop that I had out there, automotive restoration shop.
Mhm.
And they would sell for it was like $5. This is back in the 80s. That was expensive, but it was a $5. Dude, you got the sandwich was 18 inches long, not a foot long.
What?
And it would have it would have 3/4 of an inch of roast beef, 3/4 inch of turkey, 3/4 inch of ham, and then it would have like 1/2 inch of crispy bacon, lettuce, tomato, onion, all on top of that. The sandwich was wider than it was taller than it was wide, but it was
Wow.
it was still as wide as your face. It was about 5 inches wide, and it was like almost
More
8
bacon?
inches tall. You could bite into this thing, except for on the edges and stuff like that. But it was like, until you got halfway down, and then you could smash it down, you know.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? You get it, but it was just like it was so good, and it was so much on there. It's like I could only eat like 1/4 of this thing, and I was a growing boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right, that was my eat day. But it took me 2 lunches to eat one
Oh,
sandwich.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, my favorite pizza shop in the Cleveland area, they have a monster sub sandwich. That's probably the best sandwich I've ever had. It's just your traditional Italian type sub, but it's stacked huge. The thing is 15 inches long.
Salami,
Oh, wow.
pastrami, and ham.
And it only costs like $14. It's worth the money, and you can eat for 2 days on one of those
know.
or one day for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Sub
lunch
shop
and
over.
dinner. You know what I'm saying? That's lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Right. But if
They
you
got
if
this,
you basically eat lunch.
There
the
used
sub
to be a
over
burrito
river.
shop here in Indianapolis called La Bamba,
They,
Yeah.
and they claim to be able to make burritos as big as your head, which not like face wise, but like diameter wise. And they would actually bring out a measure, and measure your head and make a burrito the width of your head.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. They closed down back in like early 2000s, unfortunately.
6 foot
They went
space.
broke.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
They have this sub shop in Hood River, Oregon. It's called New York City Sub.
Uh-huh.
They have one in Portland too. I was so glad to see that because they had the best subs. You get 6-inch or foot long, and they grill all the meat.
Ooh.
Oh, man, their subs are good, and they're cheap. You get a foot long for $8, and it's massive. Not as
So
big as
who's well versed in Chicago pizzas?
Yep, Chicago makes the best pizzas.
All right, I got this for you.
Sandwiches.
I will say this: Chicago pizza is the closest to the stuff that you're going to find in like Venice and northern Italy.
Chicago pizza is kind of like
Deep dish.
mixed between
the
Italian
deep dish
pizza.
pizzas.
It's a mix between Italian pizza and calzone.
What you know about Illuminati's pizza?
Yeah.
What you know about it?
I don't know about that.
Oh man, it was a Chicago only chain for like the longest time, and then they finally brought a place down here like maybe 15 minutes away.
Which
Really?
you think's better,
Yeah.
New York style or Chicago for pizza?
What's up?
I like actually Detroit style pizza.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's not very well known.
New York and Chicago.
I like those Italians, the Sicilian deep dish.
Yeah,
Like
I've
I really
had-
like the deep dish.
Pretty good.
I've had authentic Chicago deep dish pizza once in my life in Chicago at the original Pizzeria Uno.
Oh
And
yeah, it was awesome.
it would have been great if I would have been able to taste it, because they didn't tell me that when they served it to me, it was going to be like 400 freaking degrees. So I took a bite out of it and I burned my fucking mouth, and I had no taste for about a week.
Wow.
Oh,
Completely burned all my taste buds.
You need to go back and let it cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
At
I'm
this
sure I
time-
would have loved it.
Oh my god, dude. Well, I'll put it this way: it wasn't Uno's. Uno's was a little different, but it was good. But it wasn't as good as the one that's down the road from them. That old place that was in that there was an old house that was converted.
Oh, Giordano's.
Giordano's. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of stories about Giordano's.
We ate there, man. I ordered a pizza. I ordered two. I says, I want two. I want one here. And then when she got back and brought it there, you don't touch that thing for just a little bit. You just sit there and drool.
Yeah.
Till that bitch cools down. But I tell you what. And then as soon as I took a bite of it, man, I was like, we want another one of these, but I want it in a box so we can take it home. Because it was February. I was up there for a training mission with one of the companies. I was up there for tech lessons on some of the new gear that was coming out because they need an engineer to run it. So I do it up there. And I turned around and we took that pizza home. It was freezing outside. It was February. So I just left it in the trunk of the car till we got home.
5 feet from the store. Cool.
That pizza's so damn good, dude. I'll tell you what. I have, and it's, you know what? It's really, really close to what they serve in Venice. And
Oh wow.
It's really close to that. It's the closest thing in America I've ever tasted to that. And that's why I say they are the best pizza in the country.
I'm not
St.
trying
Louis,
to.
called Pantera's Pizza. You ever heard of
We
Pantera's
we
Pizza?
had a pizza. No,
I feel like I've heard
we had
of
a
it.
pizza at our barracks over in Germany. Merrill
Their
Barracks.
big pizza was called the Hunk. And guess who? I was one of the drivers, delivery drivers. And that was the time where I was buying shirts and pants that would fit my legs and arms. Right. And so they were squared up, gave me a quick couple of t-shirts with the Hunk on it. And oh, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, these are too small. He goes, no, they're not. Put them on. Go deliver that pizza. And sure enough, man, we had girls that would order pizza.
Just so you deliver.
Yeah. I was like, what? I got to go. See you later. Have a good one. Thanks for the tip. You know, I got good tips.
Yes.
But they had this badass, they had this what they called a 5 pound large.
Yeah.
Good.
Large pizza was
Good
5
tips or good tip?
What?
Yes. And if you could
That's
eat
crazy.
in one sitting, you ate for the year for free.
Really?
Yes. If
What?
one
Like what
person
size?
ate everything in there
Go
at one
check-
sitting, you
check
eat
it out.
for the year for free. For the rest of the year.
I could do it.
There's still a couple of them out there. I don't think they have that deal anymore. They don't have the
Yeah.
Hunk anymore. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it was quite the experience.
You ever heard of
It
Killer
was
Burger?
fun. No, but
Oh, you froze up.
they got the 3-alarm burger and the 5-alarm burger and the code blue burger. It's called the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
dude.
famous heart attack burger.
Yep.
Listen to
Man.
the ingredients, and you're like, oh my god.
They
That's
got
a heart
code
attack.
blue burger. Dude, it's like this. I don't know. There's no way to eat it, man. Just you got. It's gonna be fun to order.
At Turkey Shake, they've got a late night menu, and they've got this burger called the 7x7. It's 7 patties, 7 layers of cheese.
Oh my gosh. I stopped
Yeah.
at Flying J one time at the restaurant, and I ordered the pounder. It was
Oh
1
yeah.
pound of beef with a bun to match, and it was covered in all the toppings and a pound of fries.
Miriam's
Oh,
in the
wow.
chat.
I looked at the waitress and I doubt if I'm going to be able to eat this. And she said, okay, we'll just give you a to-go box when you're ready. And she kept coming back, checking on me, and I was done with half of it. She said, you want a box now? No, I'm still good. Well,
It
you
was a
ready
feeding
to
station.
for a box? I said, nah, I'm still good. I ate the whole thing,
Nice.
Wow.
and I didn't eat
You know,
the
there's
next
an El
day.
Paso. There's a FINA station in El Paso that lets truck drivers stop and eat. You know what I'm saying? Where truckers can go in and eat in the restaurant at the gas station. And they came out with a burger. They came out with a plate with a burger. I just ordered a double cheeseburger and an order of fries.
Right.
Yes. I mean, it was huge. And then they brought a second plate full of fries. They had to have like 3 or 4 potatoes worth of fries on.
Oh wow.
I was like, how much does this cost? She told me, and it was next to nothing. And I was like, wow, I can't eat all of this.
Yeah.
You know, they damn near gave me a salad when I said I wanted lettuce, tomato, and onion pickle. They just put it all on another plate and said, put on what you want. It was basically a salad worth of lettuce. I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of food here. So I
Burger.
make this burger I can't eat, you know what I'm saying, by itself. And
Right.
I ended up taking most of it home or back to the truck and on the road again. You know, I ate it for like a day and a half, 2 days worth of food.
Right.
And then one plate, I was like, that's badass.
Yeah, my burger was
It's a
the
lot of
biggest
food.
plate,
Yeah.
and so was the plate of fries.
It was a platter. It wasn't just a plate. It was a platter. A platter dish.
Well, I had
With
a
French
10-inch
Vanderbilt.
plate, covered the whole thing. No, it was a 12-inch.
Talking all this food and makes me want to go to the grocery store.
Never shop hungry.
Glad to see Miriam in there. Huckleberry's
This is-
probably working out there too. She's probably out
If you
there.
shop hungry, you're gonna buy a whole bunch of stuff.
See, I need to stop going to the grocery store high. That's the problem.
There you go. That makes you hungry.
But you know what? I don't like dealing with people in the grocery store, so I have to take like 2-3 hits before I go in.
Gotta have a light tonight, guys.
So yeah.
String up my other.
Yeah, you people are on crack was here the other night. I was waiting for it. Right. Yeah. I was like, I thought he was going to come back, but yeah. Where's Carpenter at? Is he still out there? Carpenter, you need to come up on screen and talk to me.
Right?
Come on, buddy.
He said he was going to refresh like 20 minutes ago, and he never came back.
Never
In the
came
chat.
back. I know. He's probably just lurking.
Being a little creeper.
Right. Creeper, creeper.
Oh.
There you
You
go.
guys- I tell you, I really seriously take on carrying on traditions from what Sip Pack, with what he, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that
There, plug the other lights into the box. They're much brighter. But
What,
I'm gonna run out of power.
what, you got from the other channel?
you can turn off the lights again. We're okay with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and turn them off.
I'm too scared.
It's better. You look like you were, all silhouetted or giving like witness
Notice I lit
statement.
up. Your screen's so bright, I lit up because I'm.
True.
That's only 3 light bulbs.
Okay. No, that's up. Yeah. That's some crazy shit, right?
3
That's
USB
funny.
lights.
I got my taxes mailed off today. Income 0.
Yeah.
That's the light on the box.
What'd you say? I locked up.
Yeah, you did. This is the light on my box. And it's not even
What's up,
pointing.
kid? That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's that wire, huh?
Yeah, it's little miniature LEDs, Christmas
No.
type shit.
Right. Oh, yeah, those are cool as shit.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah, I need
too.
to-
I'm surprised how bright they get.
That is
What,
pretty.
hey, what do those run on?
It's a USB.
A USB outlet.
Really?
Yeah, they're no more than
You
5
should
volts.
string those up around your campsite.
I got it for like 10. I got it for like $8 or $9 on Amazon a couple years ago.
Yeah, you should definitely string those up around your campsite on solar.
Yeah, no shit.
Show a little solar power, a little one. It's got a USB on it.
Solar
That
power
look cool.
fire.
Is that a
Too
fire
bad-
starter?
You should roll a joint and light it that way, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, turn your whole backyard into a greenhouse. You're gonna be happy you did. I'm telling you, turn that back at least half of it. That side over there on the far side of your deck. Turn that all into greenhouse, man. I'm telling you.
Or at least raised beds
Correct.
if you don't want to greenhouse it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Straight
what
from the
that
house.
was.
I
I'm
would
going
take
to
it
rip
from
out
the house.
the flower bed and plant artichokes in there.
Right. I'd greenhouse the whole thing. All from the house to the fence. Just temporary kind of plastic. And just greenhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get me some clear roofing, the corrugated,
Yeah.
like walls and ceiling of my greenhouse.
Yeah, that double plane, yeah. The double poly or whatever. I know what you're talking about. The crystal clear and it's double wall. Yeah.
I saw a greenhouse made with those, and it's like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I've seen several. I just don't want to. I mean, if I don't have to spend that money on it, then I won't. But
My father
check.
My father bought a 8x10 greenhouse, I think, from Harbor Freight. First windstorm blow through, that thing was gone.
Right. It's a kite.
Not
You got to be careful. You got to be careful buying shit from Harbor Freight. Like if you need to get like a couple tools for like one job, you don't care. You know, as long as they get the job done. You know, one
I bought a
time.
heat gun, I burned
The
that
shit's
sucker up.
disposable. It's all made in China.
And I bought a drill from cordless drill from them, and I burned that up.
The only thing that I have from Harbor Freight that's actually decent, they had a corded reciprocal saw, a little sawzall. And that one, I think it actually wasn't made in China. It was actually made here in the States. But for, you know, I think it was like $49.
I tell you what, though.
We've had that thing for over 10 years.
Yeah. The Predator engines and the Predator generators, they seem to be solid as rock, dude.
But every like hand tool or bit set that I've ever bought from them,
it's gonna
garbage. Well, no, they rust up like fucking crazy, even though they're supposed to be, you know, stainless steel. It's just garbage material. Yeah.
Titanium carbide. Right.
That's what they're calling it nowadays.
Stop cutting after 5 minutes.
It's Chinesium.
Yeah, it sure ain't D20.
Real cheap metal Chinese.
Chinesium.
Like unobtainium.
Yeah.
Unobtainium.
Yeah, basically, it's got the same decay rate, too.
Man, I saw Bill Gates doing an interview one time, and he was doing this. I was like, that guy's nuts.
You just figured it out? Sorry.
That was a long time ago.
He's a fucking megalomaniac. What is this? Fucking psychopath. Okay?
He's got restless leg syndrome. His wife's decent looking.
On his fucking forehead. No, he sold his soul to get where he got.
And stole a lot of ideas, too.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like Edison.
Big time bad.
Stole ideas like Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
He didn't know. He didn't even have a contract with his people. Just stole their shit and then put them out of business.
The reason I call Pirates of Silicon Valley.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that one before.
I mean, he took the information from Apple. You know what I'm saying? He took the information from IBM.
Right.
Products from both those companies, developed them further, and then called them his own.
I had my first experience with the Apple computer, and I was like, man, this Windows type program is really nice. And then I later on playing around with an IBM computer, and it had Windows on it. I'm like, this is just like that Apple. that I tried years ago.
Huh.
Exactly.
I don't like Apple. Never have. Used an Apple product since I was in high school over 20 years ago. I learned computers, for the first time as a kid on the old original Apple IIes. And
Yeah, that was the one that I started on in elementary school.
My brother had an Apple
Yep.
IIc.
And like in high school, we had
screen
like,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Green screen.
And then in high school, when they had like the first, iMac type, PC phones, I hated them. The operating system was so glitchy and everything.
Oh yeah, iMacs were shit.
I took a computer course after I got out of the Army, and we were all the machines were IBM clones, and it was all DOS.
I can work with that. That's easy.
Anybody use DOS?
The computer I actually got a hold of was an Apple IIe. I was doing accounting in college, and we went to the computer labs and did computer accounting on the Apple IIe. And
Wow.
that was back in 80 something. You know what I'm saying? Out in California.
Wow. Yeah.
In '82, I bought my first computer. It was a Texas Instruments. TI
It was
84. No, I got an
Wow.
82. I didn't have a computer while I was in school.
Yep.
Yeah, first time I ever used a computer was when I was in the 4th grade, and it was an Apple II. Yeah. That would have been about 89, 90.
Barely.
Had the orange screen. Had the orange screen. It wasn't green.
Yeah, it was an orange screen. And they had
My
that
TI
turtle game with the draw and stuff.
I remember when the green screen came out a few years later, we could play Oregon Trail on it.
Yeah.
had
Heck
Zelda.
yeah. On the big ass floppy discs.
Oh, yeah. Was it 8 or 9 inch?
Floppy.
They were actually floppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I ever used the internet was one of those Apple IIs with the green screen. It had we had one in the library in middle school that had a modem in it, an old 14.4K.
What?
And we were using the internet before the internet was really a commercial thing. It was like one of the precursors to the internet. It was run out of a university in Cleveland. It was called the Cleveland Freenet. It was all ASCII text-based and ran almost like a bulletin board service, but it had email and everything.
That's kind of cool.
My brother had an Apple IIc back in the early 80s, and he had Zelda on it. I remember playing Zelda on it.
The very first computer that I ever modified for gaming was a Dell Dimension L500 that had like Windows 98 on it.
Now, there's a good story behind Dell, how he got started.
Yeah.
He was
All I remember is get Dell.
he would go behind the computer stores and find parts that were thrown out, and he would take those parts back to his dorm and build computers.
Oh, wow.
So that, other students would have something to use.
Right on.
And he started neglecting his studies. So his parents said, "Hey, man, you got to stop this computer stuff. It's never going to go anywhere. You need to get your business degree." Like, okay. So he stopped with the computers for a while. And I think 30 days. Then he was back at it again. And his parents said, "Your grades are suffering. You got to stop. You really need to stop these computer stuff." He quit school. He never got his degree.
That sucks. But yeah,
I mean,
I remember that Cleveland database, that server system out of Cleveland, because they had the original back in 2000, I think it was. I started writing virtual reality, and they had a reality center on.
Well, what I think it was Case Western Reserve University, and they actually were affiliated with DARPA at one point.
Was that what it was? Because we had bots, dude, and we were in virtual reality on the internet before I knew there was internet.
Yeah, it was all a civilian, offshoot from a DARPA grant because they were using some of the computers for the DARPA
shit. They never gave me access, dude.
Uh-huh.
No, I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, dude, how do I wanted to write in their space because they had environment for reading the VRML.
Yep.
And building a whole separate society, but I needed access for their VRML machine. You know what I'm talking about? The server.
Yeah.
The code. Because I could write the code, and I was writing the code. I was doing it in 3DML. I was writing it in 3DML, so I learned all that basics out of that. And that was real-time online virtual game like Minecraft on a web page. Okay?
Oh, wow.
And we were writing this stuff, and I was putting in, but I was doing it commercial, man. I was writing, we almost ended up with a contract with yellowpages.com to recreate cities in virtual reality so people could walk down the street and see what's.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And virtual reality. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be awesome. Kind of like Google Maps as a Street View.
Say what?
Kind of like Google Maps with Street View.
Yeah, in a reconstructed virtual reality format, wireframe. But yeah,
right on.
Yeah, if your images are only good, I mean, it would almost be like that. That's more real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Step by step. But this was more fluid, as in a game.
Okay.
Right, and they had interactive. What they had at Cleveland is they had the interactive avatars. They had the avatars set up so that you could pass by somebody else that's in your grid and see them and interact with them possibly. You could say hi.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Stuff
cool.
like that. Right. So we were looking at doing this.
Right.
This was potentially $1 million situation at the time in 2000, which was a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just for writing the code and putting it online and getting it accessible. Now, yellowpages.com got interested and they wanted to know what we needed for upstart funding. So I put a business plan along with the SBA here at my local Small Business Administration Veterans Office, and we worked together. I put together the numbers and the books and everything, and put the plan together and shipped it off to them. They loved it. They wanted us to come down. Well, I had a guy. There was a guy set up. We had a local backer, and I had the deal maker. Okay, the guy that was going to handle the deal, and he probably would have kicked ass. Except the night before we fucking had the meeting in Daytona. Before we got on the night before we got on the plane out of St. Louis to go to Daytona.
Yeah.
This son of a bitch gets locked up for DWI.
Oh no.
So guess who's not there?
That's rough.
The backer's there, and we're on the plane together, right? I'm the developer. The sales guy ain't there. The one that was going to talk the deal.
Right.
I was for all the tech. I could prep the tech. I could demonstrate the tech and all that jazz, right?
Right.
I wasn't the sales guy, and neither was the backer guy. This was the deal. Yeah, so it didn't. Well, if any one of those pieces were out of the puzzle, it was a no-go, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Going down there and like, oh fuck, what do we do now?
Right. Dang. That would have been awesome.
I was that close to being like that person, like virtual programmer guy.
And unfortunately, around that time, like yellowpages.com, they were one of the big losers in the .com bubble burst.
Yeah, because our deal fell through. If our deal would have gone through, they'd have been the next best thing on the fucking planet.
Wow.
Right. But the dealer, the guy that was doing the deal for yellowpages.com was a prick. And he fucked it up bad. He wasn't He wasn't a fan. It was somebody on the board of directors that got us in the door, and he the ombudsman or whatever the fuck, you know, he was the comptroller. Okay, he was there to assess the viability and the potential for. I was like, dude, if you can't see this, I can walk you through some example stuff that I've done. Here we go. Let's walk you through now. And I set up a store with pedestals and printers and stuff, right? And turn around and price thing and a pay button right there. You know what I'm saying? And turn around, he's like, how did you do this? I said, I wrote the code for it. I know how to write the code for it. Well, what kind of scripting? I said, it's a virtual reality scripting. It's all complicated. He kind of trying to explain it to me. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Teach you how to do it? You know what I'm saying? No, show you what we do. And, you know, and he got pissed off like I was uppity or some shit.
Oh man.
And I'm sitting here in a 3-piece Saks Fifth Avenue, dude. I'm jazz. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at business top, right? And I was like, here, I'm the tech guy. Our sales guy, you're gonna have to get with him about this, but I know you're interested. I know you're gonna be interested. And this has potential to go everywhere and remake America in virtual reality, and I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I can make it happen. And this is just a prototype setup. Limited imaging, potential. We can make every country that ever wants to be a part of this, and every city that wants to be a part of it. And, right, they can get sponsors. We can do it all, and we can get it all done, and put the whole nation on virtual reality.
You know, what would be cool is to take that idea
and
the actual storefronts.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Even at the computing power of 2000, you could go on the internet that nobody really knew about yet. There was just a lot of the gamers and stuff like that knew about it.
Right.
But you could, for an average computer going on the internet, you could go in. All you do is like sign on to a web page and download a packet, and next thing you know, you're walking down the street of a city.
Oh yeah.
I did Cairo, Egypt. I did the pyramids and stuff in virtual reality.
That's cool.
Right.
See, I think that would be kind of cool if you could implement like say for instance, like going down, you know, just some town, whatever, you know, in virtual reality, but people are like the storefronts that are actually there. The storefront could buy into that and have a virtual shop where they would just be delivered to your house.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Is the store
that would be so cool.
And the mom and pop stores, we could give them a deal and just ask for like I don't know how they would make the deal, but I was just saying as a service, just like 1% of sale. You know what I'm saying?
Like I feel like this still should be a thing.
It still could be, but I'm not going to write it because I don't want to do their shit because they'd abuse it. They would really. You want to talk about people being addicted to cell phone?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god! Yeah.
The virtual reality almost would not come off.
Virtual reality is ultimate depth perception control.
Yeah.
Okay. And you ever see the movie Brainstorm?
Yeah. Love that movie.
Dude, Lawnmower Man is next. Okay.
Fair enough.
Did you ever read the book The Terminal Man by Michael Crichton, one of his early novels, long before he wrote Jurassic Park?
No, I don't think so.
It's kind of a immersive interface, kind of Ghost in the Shell type shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Lose yourself in a virtual reality.
Right. Huh. and he had hooked himself into something like that. And it was like he was like in a trailer. He had robotic legs and stuff like that he could move around with. He was a paraplegic. He could pump himself into this fucking setup in a trailer, hooked to the phone lines or something out in a field. And he started fucking with people really bad in virtual reality. It was almost as if he was an AI plugged into the machine.
Oh man, yeah, I can see that being bad. Yeah.
Well, the movie was about him getting back at all the people that did that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
Ow.
I don't remember the name of it, man, but it was something like Ghost in the Machine kind of thing. You know?
Right. That would be. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. It probably should not be made.
Right? You want to talk about indoctrination? Multiply that by infinity.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We're not even gonna put that on the back burner. Let's just destroy it now.
Well, you know, as if it's used in a good way, in a positive experience way, it could
Right.
be badass. You know, it could be badass. But if you remember, they've had this stuff for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. This ain't nothing new. How do you think Facebook people that work for Facebook got to be Facebook
Right.
like they are? They've been programmed, brother. They spend hours in the virtual training.
Man.
You think about that. Now you know who works for Facebook.
Right.
They've been programmed, brother.
Man.
I'm telling you, it gets all weird when you stop and you look and you realize that this shit is fucking real.
Hang on a second. I'm lagging really bad.
That shit ain't a theory. That ain't. You seen him walking past the fields of people in the auditoriums with the fucking shit on their head for hours, days, getting training, learning
That's
new.
better. All right, repeat everything you just said.
Imagine, okay, you've seen him with the videos with him walking down the aisles with these auditoriums full of people with the fucking shit on their head.
Oh yeah.
Sitting there
Yeah,
for
yeah.
days in training. They'll be done in a couple weeks with their training. And they got
Wow.
these fucking things on their head all fucking time they're there.
Wow.
And then they're given
It's
a
like
room.
ultimate hypnosis then.
And they also are given a room in the building where they sleep. So that environment is a controlled situation too.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's a building of drones.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Wow.
Yeah, they use that to program Marines, brother.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's why a lot of Marines have to be deprogrammed before they can leave service.
Right.
No shit.
Yeah, and it definitely goes beyond a debriefing.
And that's exactly what they call it. They call it deprogramming. So they can
Wow.
survive society.
Yeah.
With society. I know. Yeah.
Now, do you guys remember the early 90s movie Total Recall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's some cool shit. Was it
Oh,
real or was it you know? You know?
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
Um
Because you can't trust anything after he got in the machine to be real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not even the ending.
There was a movie a while back. It was like Travolta in it. He was like a JAG lawyer. The movie was called Basic, but it's a complete mind fuck of a movie, is what it is. Because everything you think until the very, very end, everything you think is absolutely wrong. And I highly suggest this movie. I just rewatched it recently. So, yeah, Basic. Check it out. Basically, it follows the trial of a training unit in Panama, like special forces training, where they goes completely.
I think I have seen bits and pieces of it. That plot line sounds familiar.
Yeah, you should watch the entire movie and get your mind just blown at the end.
Now, the biggest mindfuck movie I've ever seen was that Inception that came out about 10 years ago.
See, I had no problem understanding Inception, but everyone I've talked to is like, I don't get it.
Yeah, there's some people that they just can't follow it.
Right.
Because it's not, there's multiple, plot lines moving backwards and forwards that are intermingled and everything.
It's like reading Stephen King's It. But in dream form. But yeah. See, I halfway wonder sometimes if that stuff's real.
Yeah.
Like, does real life mimic art that closely? I mean, I know they were fucking around with mind control back in the 50s and stuff with MK Ultra, but
there's all kinds of things that are, dude. If they can put the thoughts in your fucking head with the alpha wave, with the 5G technology.
Yeah, that's true.
Look what those guys that were working in
commercials in their dreams.
All those U.S. diplomats that were down in Cuba or whatever that were getting attacked, by radio waves and shit.
Yep.
Liz and I talked about this. Yeah. Yeah, that was sonic technology or micro technology?
Combination of both.
Most likely.
Yeah. That's fun.
Then, like, throughout the Cold War, all the number stations.
Dude, if you ever listen to those number stations, like some of the old recordings of them, it's creepy as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Playing different musical tones.
Right?
Yeah, dude, get
like
this.
You almost think it's like a red room from like the deep web or something.
There is, and I don't know if it's still active on YouTube, but there was for a long time. There was a channel that had like no description to it, and they played these like 4-minute long videos that had just different sonic tones. And the video part was just like it looked like some kind of weird randomized computer graphic testing pattern.
Oh, wow.
You know how like old school TVs used to run a test pattern at the beginning of the broadcast? It was like a modern digital version of that, just with these weird ass tones that constantly changed. And they were publishing them on YouTube for years, and everybody was like trying to figure out what they were. If there was some kind of like number station type shit, or if it was just like a prank, or like some company was just testing software, on the cheap, who knows? It was bizarre shit though.
Yeah, I've seen some weird, creepy shit on YouTube over the years that just pops up.
Yeah, there's some wild stuff. Well, most of it's hit the dark web, so we don't have to mess with it, But
right.
Then, so I've never been that I know of over that way with that shit.
I've
been on some dark web shit. There's kind of a dark web YouTube with some horribly graphic videos, and then there's like document archives from all kinds of crazy shit over the years. War porn, shit like that.
You can get a lot of military documents on the dark web as well. Lots of them. It all depends on what you're looking for, I guess.
Right. I mean,
Man, that last hit just got me stoned.
I know, man. I'm sitting here thinking about the same thing. I was like,
I got to play catch up.
Yes, you do.
Fire in the motherfucking bowl.
What do I want to grab? Yeah, I'll grab that one.
I'm doing pretty damn good. Still smoking this Thai steak.
Yep.
Oh, man. I don't know if you heard it, Canoes. I got a couple sour diesel, a couple Gorilla Glue, and a couple
MK
Ultras going.
Yeah, you showed them the last time we were on.
Oh, they're in the ground. They're in pots and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw your starter kit that you had running with them.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait. It's gonna be about 60 days. So about 2 months, maybe 2.5. I'll start picking just little pieces at a time, I'm just borrowing this for a little bit.
Don't pick too much. You'll stunt the growth.
Can't pick too much.
Oh. Falling over.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
today it was like, got up to like 68.
Yeah, something like that.
I got a little bit of work done today, but I'll be honest, I did a couple hours of work and then I went back to bed.
Did you really?
Man, it was shorts weather.
And
It just that wind just was ripping through though.
Yeah. Dude.
well, the weather's changing. It's only going to get into the 30s the next couple of days, and it's supposed to rain starting about 11 in the morning later today. Like hard rain.
Yeah, we're going to get thunderstorms here probably within the next couple hours.
I haven't even looked at the radar lately. Let me take a look real quick.
Yeah, look at how Indiana is too, if you would, please.
The line of storm right now, it's still in Illinois. It's stretching from like Green Bay all the way to Kansas City.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
The southern part of it, it's got more red to it. That might, the way it's kind of tracking, it might affect you and me. But a lot of times, see, with me, like when we get storms like that roll through Ohio, there's like a buffer area in the atmosphere when it approaches Lake Erie. Different, temperature, thermoclines and shit like that. It tends to break up the storm systems. So like if there's a line of storms heading my way, a lot of times, it turns out to be nothing at the end.
Right.
But then again, we get some hellacious storms too. So.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of lake effect stuff, right?
Say again.
A lot of lake effect stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's mostly in the wintertime, yeah. As far as like summer storms go, the ones that hit us are mostly coming from the west. We don't get a lot of stuff in the summertime that comes from the north. I have seen it before. It looks really fucking strange. Probably 25 years ago, I was out driving around with my mom one day along the state route that hugs, the shore of Lake Erie. And we stopped at a park, and this storm rolled in from over the lake from Canada, and it had, that real wicked curling front leading edge to it as it's rolling towards the land.
Oh,
It
wow.
turns the sky black and everything. And, it'll be dead calm. And then like 10 seconds later, you got like 50, 60 mile per hour gusts, coming, from the edge of the storm. My mind, it looked like fucking Armageddon is what it looked like.
Oh, that's crazy.
My mom
Wow.
kind of freaked out. I'm like, well, if you don't like it, go sit back in the car. I'm going to stay outside and, experience it.
Right.
And about 2 minutes after the gust front hits, the rain, just comes down in sheets.
Yeah.
But it just looks like a rolling wall of doom and terror, rolling across the sky towards you.
Jeez. Twist, twist, twist.
Wizards twisting the circle of death. Try and refresh, Wiz.
Oh, man.
You got so high you had to check and see your hands were still there.
They call them fingers, but I never see them fing. Jeez.
That better?
Yeet.
No, you still froze.
Uh-oh. There you are.
Your screens are still. There you go. There you are.
You know what? I'm going to refresh too. I'll be right back.
I don't know. Who knows? But.
It's something. Man, I'm just like sitting here and I'm just stoned.
Fire in a bowl.
That Gorilla Glue, that's what it is.
I'm smoking the pie hoe.
Yeah. You should try and get a hold of that, some more of that, and then save it for the 4th.
I think I bought the last bag of it last week. I can set it aside for sure. It's in a mason jar.
I mean, don't pressure or anything if that's all you're
dude, I can get 4 or 5 different kinds of weed any time of every day.
I have it on good authority that Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms is going to have an advocate here on over the 4th of July holiday.
Yeah. Sweet.
I don't
That's
think
all the plus.
I don't think there's going to be any shortage of variety of supply. For some reason,
Sweet.
I just think, yeah,
Today you're smoking purple thunderfuck. Oh man.
he is his own connoisseur, so you know it's going to get good.
There's that.
Yeah, there is that.
There is that.
Mario.
Fire in the bowl.
Yeah, he's locked up again. There he goes.
This is the
Yeah.
only window I got open too, guys. I don't know what the hell's going on. I shut down the browsers and everything and refreshed my connection. The only thing I didn't do was restart my computer. So,
I've been having internet issues all day myself for some weird reason.
well,
I find it's best that and a lot of people recommend that you shut your modem off at least once, every 2 days and let it refresh, a couple of minutes before you turn it back on.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't have access to that kind of equipment. But
Right.
that'll change here soon. That's going to change here very soon.
Yeah.
Friday.
We're gonna go on an adventure. Oh God, walking sucks.
$10 says we're going to the refrigerator.
No, we're going outside. I open the door and a cloud of smoke just starts rolling out.
Oh,
It's dissipated. Yeah. I can see a few little tiny droplets, but nothing major. It's getting windy though. Like really windy.
yeah. I'd say we had 20 to 30 mile an hour gust all day.
Man. Yeah. Well, lock that door. Otherwise it might blow open.
And make sure everything's battened down pretty good because it could get kind of rough. It's
Right?
heading towards the canoes, and you're just in its path. Okay.
Right? Oh, hang on. So you're gonna kick me from the chat or not?
Probably. It kind of did. But so how was your day, Canoes?
And like I said, I went outside and did about 3 hours of cleanup and came back inside and was just going to sit down on the computer for a little bit. And I'm like, no, the bed looks more comfortable. And next thing I know, it's like, 5 hours later.
Oh, shit.
I passed the fuck out.
Oh, wow. Well, I did it last night. 8 o'clock came around 8:30. By 8:30, I was in out zone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
After all that hoeing and all the lifting and working and garden work shit, I was hurting and sore and tired and just passed the fuck out. I woke up at like 6:30 in the morning. I was like, wow, let the dog in. I even forgot to let Ranger in.
Yeah, one night, about a week and a half ago, one of my cats, the male indoor cat, he ran past me into the garage as I was walking in, coming home from work, And I just closed the door. I'm like, yeah, I'll let him back in a couple of minutes. You know, completely forgot about it. He was in that garage all fucking night, and it was only like 30 degrees.
Oh shit! In fact, I got. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I gotta get Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, that storm wall's kind of crazy looking.
Yeah, they're only called. I'm looking at the the government NOAA Storm Prediction Center. They're not saying anything severe really. The very tail end of it only has like a marginal area of warning. I think it's going to pass south of you and me. So
Okay, cool.
just a normal thunderstorm warning.
Right. I hope there's lightning. I like lightning. Lightning's cool. I can never capture it on camera though.
You need a special trigger for it. They make if you're talking like a regular digital camera, they make these things that are called lightning. Oh, you're on your phone? Yeah. Don't know if they make them for it, but digital cameras you can buy.
Never know.
The digital cameras, you can buy this thing and plug it into it, and it's a real hypersensitive light sensor, and it can detect the specific frequency of that's normal to lightning, and it registers it before like you would have the physical capability of hitting the shutter button. So it's super fast, and you can just plug it in, and it triggers the automatic shutter on your camera, and that's how all the pros are, shooting lightning and everything.
Oh, that's cool. All right, I might have to get into photography here.
Yeah, if you want, I got a couple of cameras I'm going to be selling, so let me know.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure how much I'm going to have on me, but we'll see what happens.
I'm just saying because photography has been my hobby, the only artistic thing I was ever good at since I was a kid. So
yeah,
and my family was into it, so I got almost all their cameras and equipment. I've got at least 60 cameras.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got darkroom equipment, all kinds of shit.
What's that Canon camera that you can take like ultra high definition close up pictures of the moon?
It's probably their EOS line of products.
Okay.
But
I'm assuming that's super expensive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I was never into Canon equipment. I was in the Minolta and Fuji, and my dad was into Nikon and then Fuji. But I got two really nice Fuji digital cameras that, even though they're close to 10-year-old technology, they were made so well that they're like a collector's item now. I can probably get like $500 for each of them.
All right.
Hey, there's Carpenter lurking in the chat. What's up, buddy?
It's Jay Carpenter. Lurking.
Yeah, and like some of the cameras I got are old cameras. Like I got one that was probably like from like 1920.
Oh wow.
I got another one from the 30s, a German one, like a professional portrait camera, an 8x10, a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, man.
See, I would like to know how a darkroom works. Like, how do you take, film from a camera and...
I'll tell you exactly how you do it.
Okay.
All right. When you're in the darkroom, okay, like on the old-fashioned 35 millimeter film cameras, that everybody used.
Yeah.
When you're done with it, the film rolls back up into that roll, and then you can safely take it out and handle it. You take that into the darkroom with you, and you have your chemicals and everything set up. and you have to practice this because you have to do it in complete darkness. It's like a small handheld tank, about the size of a coffee can, and it's got spools inside of it. In the dark, you open this thing up, and you put the spool of film in there, and then unwind it out. It loops around itself inside this tank, and then you add the chemicals to it for however long, 10 minutes or whatever. And then once you do it like by stopwatch, you have to time it perfectly within a couple of seconds, and then you just drain it out and you put another chemical in there to fix the image, to make it permanent. And then you can any other work that you do, like when you're making prints from those negatives, you can use red lighting inside your darkroom because it doesn't show up.
How do you go from a 35 millimeter film to like an 8x10?
Yeah, it's like you put.
Like how do you transfer that?
You use what's called an enlarger. You just put the negative in there. There's a lamp inside of it, and it makes the image larger depending on how high above the table you're working on is. So if you're going to make just a small print, that negative in the hood assembly are going to be fairly low to your table, but you raise it up and the image gets larger. But when you're making like 8x10 shots, that's pretty big, for a 35 millimeter frame.
Right.
Like you're going to want a bigger camera, like, the 2¼ inch or the 4x5s. And the 4x5s, the standard, you double it up, that becomes 8x10. So you only have one, measure of enlargement. So you don't lose a lot of detail in the enlarging.
So this is the art form then.
Mm-hmm. I had so much fun doing that because we had a dark room in high school, and I had access to it the last 2 years that I was in there. And the teacher said you can use it as much as you want, outside of class time. You just have to throw in a little money for the chemicals, and I would have to buy my own paper and film. But I could, spend whatever time I wanted. I used to go in there and hang out for hours after school and bring a boombox in there with some CDs, smoke a little bit of weed in there, Of
course. My photography, the photography teacher that was teaching when I was in school, I found out apparently she got caught with a female student in the dark room like the year after I graduated.
Now, the photography teacher in my high school was a hippie. So,
nice.
Yeah. So you didn't care. As long as you didn't leave any evidence, you were fine.
Right. Man. High school seems so far away now. I mean, it was. That was like 2007 graduation. Yeah, it's been a while.
I graduated in 98.
See, you got to do all that cool 90s rave shit.
If I would have graduated with my class, it would have been 1984.
Man.
But 84 was the year I got my associate's degree in paramedicine. I got my GED in 82.
No, I never went to any raves. That wasn't my thing.
Man.
My high school taught you if I wasn't, in class, didn't have anything to do, I was outdoors, riding my bike everywhere, doing Boy Scout shit.
There you go. See, I saw I always saw the news reports of raves and stuff that were busted, or you know, these are the dangers of the rave scene. 60 Minutes bullshit. Then I'm like, you know what? That looks pretty damn cool. Where are these?
Now, my sister was involved with the rave scene. She was a year younger than me. She got involved on like the promotional and professional part of the raves, like the companies that ran them. She was doing the artwork for some of these things.
Oh wow!
Like all the flyers and the pamphlets that they used to put out and the posters and shit. My sister was like doing the graphic design for these things. And she get paid a little bit of money, but mostly like they're like, yeah, you can get a couple free tickets for your work and everything. And she went all over the Midwest doing that for almost 2 years.
Oh wow!
She like she was
the
raving.
Only rave I really got up to was in Detroit, and it was one in the warehouse called Night Sneak.
Well, my sister did a rave in Detroit, and she was hanging out with Eminem before he got really big.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I heard all kinds of stories about the bad shit that went on with the rave. A lot of those reports that came out. Oh yeah, that shit happened for sure.
Oh yeah.
I never really attended any rave things or whatever, but I did computers for one of the DJ guys that did. He always had me come and do his computers and stuff, and
right,
upgrade them, show him how to make capabilities. I had him running 4 screens off of one computer.
Oh, that's cool.
Shit like that. He wanted to set up a video wall. He wanted to expand it, so I put more video cards in, and we made it a video wall for him.
Man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was way back in early 2000s when nobody was doing that shit.
Right. Now you look at DJs nowadays, and it's like Deadmau5 got a freaking, LCD cube. Right. He like performs out of.
Yeah, he's running it off of his phone. He's got a phone.
Yeah.
Bunch of losing bullshit, man. They could do so much better.
Well, and that's what the whole EDM scene is anymore. It's nothing but well, I can't say much because it was before a light show and a concert.
Right. It was the speaker systems, the sound system, and the lights.
Yeah,
you brought the party. You know what I'm saying?
Lasers. Lasers.
Right. So many of those guys.
Somehow now we have Tomorrowland where there's floating jellyfish in the crowd. Like I watched some of these EDM festivals online, and it's like, dude, how many millions of dollars went into the creation of this set?
Oh, really?
Like I remember when shit you used to set up a table, your mixer, and 2 turntables, and let's have at it.
Right. No, I had the guy set up with all that shit, and it wasn't all that bad. He had about $5,000, and he had about $5,000 in speakers. He had $5,000 in tech.
Mm-hmm.
He had one turntable, and he had like 4 screens for him to do. One to do research, one to do for stuff like that.
Was he run like Serato or something?
I don't remember what the software was, but he had a cataloging system for like a jukebox. I think it was called like Jukebox or something like that.
Okay.
And he had all the music saved on hard drives.
Right.
And he could pull them up in the blink of a hat, you know what I'm saying, out of the cataloging system.
Okay.
And then he had that on one screen. and then he had a video on the other on the other two screens. He had videos. Or,
Okay.
yeah, that was pretty much one for lookup, one for DJ, one for lookups, which he did. He was running you before it became a problem. He was running YouTube videos on his stage show.
Oh
You know,
wow.
a lot of these places would put up the videos, and if it had a corresponding video for the song he wanted to play, he'd put it on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I set him up with a projector unit. He didn't even have to
Yeah.
have all he had to do is put a screen up across from him on the other side of the room, and it would make an image as big as he wanted it to be.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. So he could set up a video without having to set up the video.
Right.
He had a big screen without having a big screen. You know what I'm saying? It was just a
That's awesome.
projector. Right. And that was $1,100 at the time. And you know, that kind of stuff. I hooked this guy up, right?
Oh yeah.
And he said he ended up with like 4 projectors. And he's the one I built that TV wall thing for.
Right.
And he would go out and he had the Marshall stacks on either side of the screens and shit like that. And, yeah, he had a nice setup. He had about 10K and maybe 15 a total.
Oh wow.
And because he did pursue licensing for playing the songs and stuff like that and utilize
Mhm.
it. So that he probably had $3 or $4 grand just in that.
Well, let me just tell you, and this is from me doing music production for the longest time. You can get into so much trouble from sampling, but everybody samples.
Right. No, but he pursued licenses and stuff like that to build his libraries.
Right.
So he had a huge ass library, and I'm talking country, rock, 80s, 60s, 90s, everything from 50s to the current. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, everything. It doesn't matter what venue. It was put out in anything from 1950 all the way up to current. He had most everything in it, including the Beatles and Elvis and
Right.
Jackson and all that stuff. He had, legitimate licenses on everything, like a radio station.
One of the coolest vinyl remixes I did was to Michael Jackson's "Bad."
But they said he said he'd make $10,000 a show.
Oh man, yeah.
At a rave, they'd pay him 10 grand to come in and just do the show. So one the first show he ever did bought his first.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, you want to get hooked up? I can hook you up with the tech all you want. No shit, let's do this. He was buying from another guy and hooking them up.
That's funny.
Right. And this was all like early 2000, but he was a rave machine. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just your little normal
What
wedding.
name do you go by?
Huh?
Do you know what name he went by?
No, I don't.
Man. About to say, because you can pull a lot of that old 90s, early 2000s rave music up.
But so many of the guys that do that DJ stuff for like weddings and stuff, they're so dry. They have no idea what the presentation is. They have no. They're supposed to be a DJ for a party.
Yeah.
Okay, not just give us a request for music. I'll just keep playing what I want to play. Come on, man. You're supposed to be the DJ for
Right. See, I did 4th of July. I DJ'd a 4th of July party once. And I ended up just making an 8-hour playlist. Basically put it on autopilot for half the time.
Right.
But then I busted out I've got a little mini twin turntable, like USB, that I could actually mix in shit. So I started playing around like later at night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, after the alcohol kicked in.
Right. Well, I just tell you, with what we're gonna do out here, I don't see that being necessary. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't see it being necessary either.
Something like that.
We don't need a rave in the woods.
No raves.
Nope.
Maybe a campfire ring and a bonfire.
Yes.
The one thing I like to go to in the 90s, it was popular in a lot of Midwest cities, there was a traveling production company that went city to city, and they did Pink Floyd laser light spectacular shows.
Dude, they used to do that at the Indianapolis Children's Museum.
They had different show. They did like a wall show, and then they did like just a like a live event show. They did the Wizard of Oz mashup live. You know, they had a huge screen on stage, and they were playing the Wizard of Oz and doing the Floyd music to it. Oh, it was
Dark
fucking
Side
amazing.
Moon, yeah.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah, that shit was fun.
It's called Dark Side of Oz. Is what they do. Yeah, they call it.
when it busts in the money, right when the color kicks in, I'm like, yep, that's the production value going up right there.
Hey guys, hey, get this. We could do a movies night because I do have one of those projectors still.
Oh, I was about to say I've got a projector here too that I could bring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, how many lumens?
Let me look. Ouch.
I don't know if I told you we got a drive-in movie theater down the road from me. One of the few drive-ins left in Ohio. Yeah, they switched over to complete digital probably about 10 years ago, and they've got like huge cinema-sized digital projectors. During the off-season, they will rent that place out to you, and you can go and plug your fucking game console in there and play fucking video games on a drive-in movie screen.
Is that LED or LCD?
I think it's LCD. I think it's not. It doesn't project very far.
Is it XGA even? Do you know?
It's got here's your inputs.
Okay, you got VGA.
HDMI and USB.
Okay. What would the USBs be for? I'm not sure.
You can put like a memory stick in or something and put pictures or videos up.
Does it say how many lumens it is?
It does not, unfortunately.
Well,
It's not very high.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a dark room and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is going to be a dark room. I mean, it's dark in the woods. I was thinking we put up some sheets across some trees.
Well, here's the. I also have a projector screen that I can bring out.
I'm just saying we'd get some sheets.
Oh, that works. Yeah.
And we string them up between some trees and use
That
the
works.
side as the movie theater.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Because mine will do up to like 30 feet, 40 feet.
Right on.
Right.
You hook a DVD player up to it?
We get some king size sheets and sew them together, string them up.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring my my unopened copy of Amerigeddon. I will open it.
Rock on. I do have the beginning parts of Farscape too, I think.
Ooh, nice.
I don't have the whole series anymore. I can't find my fucking. I think I still have them. I may not.
Yeah.
But I might have Farscape on one of my hard drives. I'd have to look.
All the episodes and stuff.
Yeah, the whole series. Yeah.
Oh,
I've got a couple like multi-terabyte portable hard drives that are just full of movies and TV shows. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well,
because I used to torrent a lot, so.
Well, there's that.
We could definitely do a movie night, man.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, you know.
Yeah, let's do it.
For sound though,
Oh, it gives me that time of night.
gas
Yep.
prices are like $2.80. We've gained $1 a gallon here
Oh yeah,
since
same here.
inauguration. It's gone up $1 a gallon since inauguration day.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what? You know that's totally because of the Keystone Pipeline being shut down.
Well, the Keystone Pipeline ain't been putting any fuel in the system, so what the fuck is all that about?
Well, there's that.
Hey, you gotta start thinking about that. That sounds like a big fucking excuse.
Yeah.
Bullshit to me, because that pipeline ain't moved a fucking drop of oil.
So then, where are we getting our oil still? Middle East?
I guess we're getting from Iran now.
Joy.
And guess who they're trying to go to war with? Iran.
I haven't heard anything lately about that whole thing.
Why?
Transfer of money, my friend. Transfer of money.
Yeah. You would think there would be easier ways to do it, though. That wouldn't lead us to war.
That's
know?
their number one profit machine. They need the war. They don't give a fuck who it's with.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
All their friends with companies that make material for war profiteering, and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain parts of me that actually think that if we were on not some like Chinese, social credit sort of bullshit, but like if we were to like somehow be able to make money obsolete, I think wars would go away.
Well, here's the thing. It's about to go away. It's about to go away, and they know it. The only thing that's going to save their ass is World War III.
Yeah.
Chaos, okay? The only thing that they think is going to save their ass is chaos.
Yeah. Well, and that's the yeah.
Because the Federal Reserve's numbers haven't worked for over 7 years.
Now, you want to hear some? You want to hear something interesting? The YouTube algorithm, the YouTube algorithm that supposedly runs everything on YouTube as far as what people see, like for suggestions and shit like that.
Okay.
Right.
They've been pushing for the last 2 days a bunch of like fictionalized scenarios for the start of World War III.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And then they're putting on like reviews of the Cold War and shit like that. Like historical documentaries about the Cold War, it's strange how it's tying in. Like someone will get the link for the one video and then they'll go back and it's like 30 years ago, but they're talking about the same shit.
Right. See, I've been listening to these podcasts at night. I'm one of those weird ones that can put something on and retain the information while I sleep. So I've been listening to basically the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, like the entire history of it. And there's a lot of things that are synonymous with what's going on in today's society.
Well, it follows the pattern of a social order. Okay.
Yeah.
It follows a pattern of a free society. That's what that did. They
Right.
started out a free society, kind of a rule-ridden kind of thing, and they ended up being an empire. And,
Yeah.
right, and then and exalting their leaders to god class,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. And that's the kind of thing
Yeah.
they're trying to do worldwide, though. They want to do it with everybody,
Yeah.
but the United States stands in their way because it's a bunch of stubborn by sticking to our Bibles and our guns. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but it ain't working, so they're gonna try and pull it off anyway.
Right.
Atlas
Well,
shrugged.
the same
Atlas
thing-
my brother.
I've also been, listening to the audiobook for Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, and then again, what I'm seeing, especially with the Democratic Party, is the same shit that was going on right before the Nationalist Socialist Party.
Yes,
To-
exactly the same thing. They tried the same playbook, but it didn't work. The people
Now,
didn't down the Reichstag this time.
Yeah.
well,
Maybe it'll work this time. Maybe it'll work this time.
Here's
Maybe
the
it'll-
question: are they taking the idea out of are they taking it from Karl Marx, or are they taking it directly from Mein Kampf?
Exactly. It doesn't matter. It's still the socialist, the communist ideology.
Just
Right.
different flavors of it.
That's just different flavors. They think, oh, well, this is the different. Let's try this. Maybe it'll work this way. Maybe it'll work that way. Maybe if we go through the corporate, we call it fascism now. Maybe we'll go through the corporate law because it's kind of a different class of law, and maybe we
Right.
that way, and that's why they're using the consumerism, and that's why fascism with the capitalism, because capitalism actually has nothing to do with free markets. Capitalism is actually forbidden and a certain aspect in free market because you can. The patent system has to be reformed. You got to get that out of there. There's no more end of time fucking bullshit
Right.
like when it comes to technology that can better mankind in total. Okay.
Right.
So you can't lock it up just because you're a dick. Okay. Forever. You got 5 years to make something of
Rule
it.
number one: don't be a dick.
Right. Right. You can't be a dick. You got 3 to 5 years to make something of it or you fucking lose your battle. You know what I'm saying? It becomes public information and bam. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Okay.
what it should be. Yeah.
Right. So now, none of this, they can buy the patent and make it disappear. Fuck you.
Right.
Okay. Now, I'm
That's some
talking
bullshit.
because look at did it back in the late 70s, man.
Mhm.
Late 70s. He built that car, and that car was out by, I think that those videos were happening in 82, 83.
Yeah.
Okay.
You talking about Dan Myers?
Stan Myers, you bet, brother. He
Yes,
drove that
sir.
car back and forth all over the damn country on just gallons of water.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that was, yeah. I think he said he used 4 gallons going back and forth between LA and New York.
Whatever happened to the car itself?
Hold on. Say that again.
Whatever happened to the car itself?
That is in Steve's possession last I knew.
Okay.
Okay. Now the
So it is still in existence.
Huh?
So it is definitely still in existence.
I would think so. I do not know. I just know that I don't think it. He never tried to promote it any further that I'm aware of, other than let Stanley's work try to stay out there as long as possible.
Right.
And because I actually was learning under him, I was part of. Yeah, and he had this big meeting with the people up at the Pentagon, and then shortly thereafter died of heart attack, supposedly.
Heart attack.
Correct. He was poisoned after the meeting because he wasn't going to turn over the patent to them exclusive. He offered them full rights to utilize the technology, but he wouldn't release and let them. He wouldn't release the patent and let him make it. Let them make it completely exclusive.
Right.
And so he had to die.
Yeah.
And another project gets put on the back shelf in a garage somewhere else in the country. And
See,
then remember,
here's the thing. You could I think that patents need to be a little more vague.
no,
You
they don't
know?
need to be more vague. They need to be more trustworthy. In other words, they
Okay.
need to be honest and upfront and everything with a working model along with it, just like they do to prove at the patent office.
Right.
Okay, that's what needs to be done. A video of the machine itself built and all the designs and patent information about it needs to be in there, specific to it to make it and build it and make it work. You know what I'm saying? With all with the servicing manuals and all that stuff with it assigned to it and all. So,
Right.
but the thing is that needs to be if you have that patent as long as you're productive on that product. As soon as it becomes non-productive anymore, that you're not producing or you're not being productive with the patent, 3 to 5 years after that, boom, it's off. It'll go to waste or it'll go public. I mean, it'll go to public.
It's definitely go public for sure.
Correct. But if you're making that thing for 20, 30 years, you own the patent on that as long as you're being productive with the product.
Makes sense.
Okay. As long as that product's being made and the patent is either passed on or moved on or acted upon, then you're good. But 3 to 5 years, if it's not acted upon, that goes back to public.
Right. Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
That's a free market idea ownership.
Right.
Okay. Now, free market has nothing to do with capitalism. You realize that. Capitalism is basically he who controls capital basically can control the markets.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like
that's what England was doing back in with the Rothschilds, right?
Correct. Rothschilds brought that about. In fact, that whole concept of capitalism. He with the capital has the capital to make it happen. You got the money, you make the rules. That kind of thing.
I think Nathan the Rothschilds who said, "I care not who makes the laws as long as I can control the money," or something like that.
Right. He didn't. Yeah, and because he controls the money, he controls anything, everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you control the form of exchange between, you don't give a shit who's selling what and who's buying shit.
Right.
You control the value of the money.
Yeah.
They have to get the money through you.
Right.
So you control where it goes.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Which is where what the Federal Reserve is doing.
Right. This business over here, it's not doing something I don't like. It's doing something I don't like. It doesn't get the money.
Right.
This business over here is willing to kiss my ass and do what I wanted to do. They get the money. Oh, these are my buds over here. I've done business with them before. They get it again.
Right.
Yeah. Capital.
Well, guys, it is that time of night, and this storm's rolling in, so I gotta keep on alert for power outages.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to be like rainy for the next 4 or 5 days, so I'm not exactly sure how this is going to happen, but so far, so one cloudy day under the belt, and everything seems to be all right.
We'll see what happens. All right. Well, have a good night, everybody.
All right. Yeah. See you back.
Later, dude.
Bye.
Peace.
God bless you. Dream well, Patriot. Yeah. Skulldrazer, welcome in and rock on. Who's all in here? We got 8. There's Miriam, Diesel.
Carpenter's here.
Hey, Carpenter. What's up, bud? I'm going to have to hit it too. I need to be able to get up in the morning. But
I gotta make something to eat. I'm hungry.
Are you hungry? Yeah, I got me a chocolate bunny in there screaming my name.
I think I'm gonna have a couple chicken sandwiches
Right.
because we were talking chicken earlier. All right, fellers.
Yeah. You're having the crawfish and chicken. Yeah, I know. That was the damn it. I can't get that out of my head. But hey, I ordered sugar beet seeds and I got corn seeds and I got some lettuce, got some pole beans, and what else do I got coming? Oh, Italian zucchini. So
Cool.
I want to grow sugar beets and actually make sugar out of them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how to do that. So that's the next thing because I like sweet tea. And I'm going to be doing bees and honey, but I still like sugar.
You doing any watermelon?
Yep. Sugar babies, jubilees, and I think they call them Goliaths or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I like watermelons. I'm also going to be doing pumpkins. I need to find pumpkins. But I don't think you plant those until like June or something, right?
No, pumpkins are kind of a long season thing. You want to let the vine, the longer that you let them grow, generally the bigger they're going to get.
Oh, okay. Okay. So April?
Let me check. It also depends on zones. I don't know what zone you're in.
I'm right on the line between 6 and 7.
I'm on the edge of like 4 and 5, I think.
Right. You might even be 3. Southern Missouri. God
Like
bless
if you want pumpkins for Halloween, they say plant from late May in northern locations to early June in extremely southern locations. So May to June.
Oh, okay.
And that's out of Illinois University.
Okay. Rock on.
So. All right, I'm heading out. Good night, folks. Y'all have a good one.
Dream
Take
well,
care.
Patriots.
We will catch you on the flip side.
Because we